Expanding. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm debating. I think I'm just going to write the little properties in case you don't have them. So there's the product property, which says if I have the log of a product, then I can separate those and turn it into addition. There you go. Second one is the quotient property, which says I can, if I have a quotient, or if I'm dividing like that, I can separate the x and the y and turn it into subtraction. Okay? And then there's the power property, which says if I have a power or an exponent, that's x to the y, sorry, you move the exponent to the front and turn it into a coefficient. So it's y times the log of x. Alrighty, looking here. So I'm jumping into some more, like the ones that have more steps instead of just the easier ones, because hopefully you already have this. This is a product. It's x times y squared. So I'm going to separate the x from the y squared and turn it into addition. So I'm going to have the log of x plus the log of y squared. Now I still have an exponent, so in expansion or in expanding you want to move that to the front and make it a coefficient. So I have the log of x plus 2 log y. And that one's done. Now notice the difference here. It's a product and a power, but this power is basically being, you would think of it as being distributed to the m and the n, which means with this one, like the 2 is only in front of this because it's only on the y. But this one, 3, goes to both. So when I'm writing my final answer, I'm going to have a 3 in front of the m and the n, like it's going to go to both. So you can do this 2 different ways. I'm going to go ahead and move the 3 to the front. It's kind of confusing no matter how you look at it. And then when I separate the m from the n and I add, I have 3 log m plus 3 log n, and I'm just kind of keeping in mind that that 3 should be in front of both of them because it was on the outside up here. Here I have, this is the log of the square root of 5p. Well, we talked about this. The square root is the same as the exponent of a half. Now it's just like the one before it, so that 1/2 is going to go in front of the 5 and the p. It's a product, which means I'll separate and add. So I'm going to have 1/2 log 5 plus 1/2 log p. Okay, now this one's a little bit different. I have a third root. So let me focus. Yeah, okay. The 1/2 is because it was a square root. If it's the third root, then you would use a 1/3. So first let me write this. X squared, y squared to the 1/3. Now, this is a product, but it's also got, there's like a squared and a 1/3. Like there's a couple of different things happening. First, let me just write it like I did this one. So I have like 1/3 log x squared plus 1/3 log y squared, like that. Oh, this was tough. I just came up with this off the top of my head. Okay, this is a little bit harder than I was expecting. You're going to move the 2's to the front. They happen to be the same number, not a big deal. But you're going to multiply 2 times 1/3. Now that's not really anything that we covered this year. You would have learned that a long time ago. But 2 times 1/3 is just 2/3. So I'm just going to change that 1/3 to 2/3 log x plus 2/3 log y. Whoa, there we go. I'm going to move a little bit faster because it's already almost 5 minutes long. This is still a product, which means I'm still going to be adding, but now there's just 3 things that are being multiplied. So it's the log of 16 plus the log of x plus the log of y to the 3rd. But you're not done because you have this exponent here that needs to move to the front. It's only going to move right here and not to the whole thing because it's only on the y. So your final would be log of 16 plus log of x plus 3 log of y. I need some music in the background. This is really quiet in here. Okay. Got that. Moving along. I realized after I wrote all those out, I don't have any quotient, so let me do one with a quotient. So this is a product, 5 times x, divided by 4. So a product turns into addition, and then quotient turns into subtraction. So what you end up with is the log of 5 plus the log of x minus the log of 4. So this is adding because that was a product. This is subtraction because it was being divided by 4. This is very similar to this one here. This was m times n to the third, and this is our answer. This one is m divided by n to the third, so the only difference between this one and the other one is that there will be a minus sign in between. So I get 3 log m minus 3 log n. And it's only minus because of the division, but that 3 is still basically like distributed, so you have to have it both places. The last one, this is a product. The only thing I want to point out is when you have a little number here, a base. So you still will say the log of p plus the log of w, except that now since there's a base, you just need to write in the little 2 there. So it's log base 2 of p plus the log base 2 of w. And that goes for anything. If you have a little base there, you just got to write it in. This is 7 minutes long. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to go on so long. Okay.